Hey there, it's Jessie here, and a big fat warm welcome to this big fat warm channel. Thank you very much for being here. That still makes me laugh. One day it won't, but still got it. I'm just going to see what arises in the presence today. There's so much I could talk about, but blah, blah, blah. Let's see what the moment invites. I know. Let's look. I've got a book here. Big old book. This is my mum's book. I'm just going to open it to a random page and let's see what comes from it. So, are you ready? Say stop. Stop. Dun, 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 dun. Oh my gosh, it smells so good. Don't you just love the smell of books? Okay, so guys, on this page it says on craft. On craft. Ryo Kojima and Jonas Kruger on the enduring value of traditional craft in both Japan and Scandinavia. On craft. So it's reminding me about these olives that me and my mum went for a walk yesterday, and on the way home we stopped off in a supermarket and we decided to get some olives. You know, those Noccharella olives. Oh, buttery goodness. Anyway, there was one little pot where you got about 10 olives for £4. And I was like, Mum, it's a bit steep. And then there was another section of olives and we could get 2 pots for £5, and the pots had about 15 olives in, maybe more, maybe 20. So I was like, listen, I'm getting them. Let's get 2 pots. We come home. Now, these are my favorite olives. So I'm very excited about eating them. And I have a few. And I noticed that they're a little bit salty to my taste. A little bit salty. And my mum goes, you see, Jess? Quality over quantity. We should have gone for the more expensive olives for less and enjoyed them. And it's true. I agree with her, you know. Hindsight's 20/20. In fact, I would have saved myself a pound. A pound. Which leads me on to my next thought. I was, a few weeks ago, cutting up a mango in my terrace with my housemate. And I love mangoes. And so I cut it up and I had a slice. And I went, it's all right. It's all right. It's a bit watery, I said, because it was. And then she was sort of taken aback by that comment. And she said, why do you feel the need to say that? And I'm like, well, I don't know, because it's just a comment on the mango. Like, if it was really good, I would have gone, oh my God, this is so good. But it wasn't really good. So I went, it's okay. I've had better and I've had worse, believe you me. And she was like, yeah, but how do you think the mango feels? And I'm like, what are you bloody on about? How does the mango feel? The mango probably feels watery. And I was like, would you not say that then? Would you not say that the mango is not that great? And she's like, no, I'd just say nothing at all. And I'm like, okay, horses for courses, you know. different folks, different strokes. And we were quiet for a bit. And then some minutes later, my friend says, "Oh, maybe I wouldn't say that about the mango because I don't like it if people say negative things about me. Like if people criticize me, like you've criticized the mango." Good insight, huh? Good insight. As you're starting to realize, I grew up in quite a critical environment, bettering oneself, improving, striving for perfection. So I've never taken critique badly. I've always used it as a direction, you know? Even if people are telling me I'm really shit, I'm like, okay, how can I improve? It's food for me, it's fuel. But not for her. And it was a very interesting insight. And it's quite interesting, you know, this leads me on to my next thought. It's amazing how they come. I was staying with some friends at the weekend. Excuse me. I was staying with some friends at the weekend, and there was this mysterious noise at night of like this metal, like, but metal. I don't have anything metal. There you go. And they couldn't figure out what it was. It sounded like an animal, but on metal. Metal. Anyway, we're out in the garden the next evening, and they're like, "That's it, that's the sound." And my friend goes to investigate. And, well, I'll tell it how it happened. So he finds out what it is, and then he's like, his hands on the wall, head down, and he's like, "Oh, God." You know, me and my friend are like, "What? What's up?" And he, you know, he's taken some moments to compose himself. I don't know, like he really needed this time. You know, he's like, "Oh, God. It's awful." And we're like, "What is going on?" Spill the beans, keeping us on our tenterhooks. Anyway, a few minutes later, he gathers himself and he pulls it out. And basically, they have a mouse trap in their house because they have lots of mice living in the garden. And they had a mouse trap with 2 live mice in it because it's not one that kills, it's just one that traps, and then you drive away and, you know, put them out somewhere else so there's someone else's problem. Not necessarily problem. Depends on your perspective of mice. My friend doesn't like mice, one of them. Now, he feels really bad that these mice have been in there for like 2 days, maybe 3. They had cheese in there, okay? And they had each other as well. And, you know, it's not ideal, okay? It's not ideal, but they're still alive, they've got food, like, it's not the end of the world. It definitely could be worse. But he's really cut up by this, like really cut up by it. And it gets me thinking, you know, like if we have that unresolved within us, that we felt captured in some way, maybe in this lifetime, maybe it's been carried through from our ancestors. But it's really difficult for us to see it if it lives within us, because rather than addressing that fear or the emotion that comes with being captured, we've suppressed that and we're not in contact with that. But the moment that we're reminded of it outside, as he was with these mice, oof, unbearable, because it's touching something in us, you see, long forgotten, but remains. Me and my friend were like, it's not that bad. But me, 10 years ago, I wouldn't have been able to bear the sight of that. So healing is a beautiful thing. Healing is a beautiful thing. And it's a good reminder that what we see out there that is really hard for us to bear lives within us. And we could actually alchemize our own experience of it, be it ours or from our ancestors or from past lives, if you're into that. I am. We can alchemize it. We can come to peace with that. We can open ourselves to the emotion that's tied to that experience. And the main thing I've learned is it brings compassion. So when I see it out there, I'm not judging it so much. I have compassion for it because I know it. I'm close and intimate with that experience. So healing is a beautiful day. It's a beautiful day. Oh, Mac Miller, rest in peace. Music is a beautiful day. All right, guys, I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to love you and leave you. I start a job tomorrow, and I might be gone for a while. I'm going to take my camera and stuff, and there might be a moment of inspiration, but otherwise I'm pretty busy. And I'm just going to be in the real world, not the digital one, for a while. So I hope you guys have a great summer or a great winter, if you're down south. And I'll see you on the other side. Thank you very much for watching. Have a beautiful day, beautiful summer, and a beautiful life. And whatever happens, we got this.